So what were some of the biggest challenges of making the film? Like,
Well, first, me surviving the life
That was
that made the film.
other than you surviving to make the film, like
That was a challenge.
the,
Still a
big-
challenge.
the biggest
but,
challenge.
I think independent films, the challenge is funding, first of all, right? Getting the funding to make it, and once that happened, he had
Was that a Kickstarter thing?
No. He Rex has been in the industry
He
long
just-
enough doing independent films, so he was
Yeah.
able to raise it. And once that happened and we really got in motion, he kind of put it together. He put this team together of incredible editors and oh my gosh, the graphics people.
To quote Glenn Danzig, you gotta know what you're doing.
He knows what he's doing. So obstacles, I mean, once we were rolling, we were rolling. And then we didn't have major issues with licensing and stuff like that. It really kind of fell into place.
I mean, the clearing everything,
Yes.
which I mean,
That was
Harley-
that was Fast and Furious and
really,
wild.
Harley and I talked about this. It took me a year to clear the shit that I did for the Alago film. A year of my life was spent like
Just
cle-
getting signatures.
Could you
and-
fucking sign this
Yeah.
and chasing
Well,
people around?
We had an archival editor, and she was.
Oh, yeah, I saw that, right.
Natalie, and she was amazing, and she works for CNN. Like she really.
What a
knows she's
concept!
doing.
You actually have somebody
Yes, it's a
working on the
human.
film that tracks down and
Yes.
gets the shit signed off
Yes.
on.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like
What a whoa.
it
I
ain't
know.
enough to just like see some shit on YouTube and be like, yo, that's me. I'm gonna
Cool.
use this.
Yeah.
No, you gotta find out who fucking filmed it and get their permission.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter that it's you.
Or-
You
Are
know,
you familiar
like,
with
oh,
the-
but wait a second, but that's me in that photograph. Yeah, but
Doesn't
you didn't
matter.
take the photograph, motherfucker. So you better find out who.
Are you familiar with the fair use concept?
Yes,
With some of
yes.
that's in as a lawyer.
Yeah.
Some of that's in.
So we had.
Yeah,
so
I learned about that shit.
There
You knew
are
what you had.
Yeah, there are
You know,
600
animation, dude.
there are 600 archival assets in this.
Bro, we had to get like 600 approved.
Well, not quite.
Well, no,
So
'cause-
there is a certain amount of fair use, but minimal, because of course we have insurance for the film in order to get the distribution deal, and we have an attorney that was a fair use attorney who had to give her opinion about
That's
whether or
right.
not there was.
I've been there.
So yeah,
I've
so
done that.
This was a conversation
You
we had
try-
the other day
Yeah.
because
you
he
try
understands
to limit
the misery.
Limit.
Just out of curiosity, a show of hands. Who knows like what we're talking about fair use when it comes to stuff like this? Show of hands. Okay. For those that don't, like fair use, if you want to use something like an old video or something, you can use it.
News
and
footage.
you have to sort of do something with it, and then kind of hope it falls under this sort of vague concept of we're using it under fair use, and then you got to get the fair use lawyer to look at it and pay him to give his opinion and go, you know what, this is you could get away with this but not this, and this, and then you got to go back and kind of make some adjustments and because you got to get insurance and you don't want to be liable for
This
someone to
shit is
go,
crazy.
yo, what the fuck, that's mine, I own it, you stole it, fuck you, pay me.
And that person could
Yeah.
be litigious enough to sue you and have
That's
deep
right.
pockets enough to sue you, and then you got to tell that's why you have so much insurance,
Yeah.
because the distributor, and God bless, we got a distribution deal. Who knows how that happened?
Yeah.
But it did happen, and of course they're like, and guess what? This is how much insurance you need for us to take this film.
Yeah.
So the lawyer's like, you got to do as little as possible. So get out there and work it to get
Yeah.
those signatures, and
Yeah.
we did.
This
We
shit
did.
is making my
Yeah.
head spin, and
I
I'm
know.
like just sitting next to it. You know, what I'm
There's
saying?
some cool
Like,
stuff in the film.
I gotta tell you that, like, you know, as a musician, you know, we all know how much dirty shit and how complicated it is to be in a band and make music and have record deals and this and that and shit. But the film shit is fucking crazy, yo. It
Crazy.
makes the music shit look like easy. Like you're, you know, again, you know, say you only got 3 or 4 band members you're fighting with about who wrote what or this or that. All of a sudden, you gotta like, you know, especially I mean, this is a doc, so it's different. You know, we had to get rights for all kinds of different stuff. I guess if you're making your own film, you're kind of calling the shots yourself to a certain degree if you got the
If
funding
it's
or
a
whatever.
narrative, you know, if it's
Yeah.
a
But,
fiction, you know.
But anyway, this thing
Yeah.
was a trip, man. It was, and you know, it was a real trip to have your life picked apart like that.
I just